welcome back to my channel. I have another Q&A with Val Nek, myself, and the Galactic Federation. So yeah, so happy April. I hope you guys liked the song, and usually when I pick the song, I'll really get into it and I'll listen to it in my car like every day until the video's posted. So yeah, and in my opinion, we're kind of at a crossroads here where humanity has to make a decision. Do we want to close the door on the past and take the wisdom from the experiences of the past and start creating something new and creating the future? Or do we want to continue creating the hard, painful lessons that we've had to go through? You know, enslavement really only exists in the mind. This is the Matrix. Enslavement only exists in the mind. So are we ready to let the enslavement mentality go and look forward to the future? I think so. That's what I'm trying to do over here. So I have a couple things before we bring Val Nek and start talking to Val Nek. So Elon Musk did an interview with Tucker Carlson, which I found very interesting. And there were two things that he said that I thought would grab our attention, or grabbed my attention. And one of them was that he said that he's never seen any existence or any proof of extraterrestrial life in space. And it's so interesting. Like, people are so fascinating, and they get so triggered by it and calling him a liar, and maybe he is lying, but he signed non-disclosure agreements, and he has government contracts. It's like Donald Trump or any president or any political leader asking them if there's aliens. They have to say no. It's a top secret security clearance. And the letter 17 also said that as well. So it's a military operation, so it's going to be run that way, basically. The second thing, which was super great, is Elon Musk talked about how Google and big tech wanted to create an AI god. And this is exactly what Val Nek talked about last year. We did a video, and he was talking about big Terran tech companies, and he was talking about the AI supercomputers that they built or were building. And so go check it out, because Elon verified Val Nek's intel, which was super great. And so yeah, so that was my opinion on that. And then the space arcs and SpaceX. So that was really a play on words. I don't like to use the word arc because it's really from the Bible, and it's a biblical term. And it implies, the story of Noah's Ark implies that we're building ships to be saved and escape the planet, and or be carried away to New Earth or wherever. And we're making Earth great. We're making Earth great, and we're not leaving because we don't have to. And this is the entire point of the Federation getting involved with planet Earth, the moon, Mars, and this entire war is to help us reclaim our planet. So we don't want to leave, and we don't need to leave. And in my opinion, it's a distraction from the new and advanced technology that is being built in space. So in my book, Welcome to the Future, we talk about the ISS being dismantled, the new commercial space stations being built, and following the book release, NASA came out with announcing they made agreements with the companies. I think one of them was Blue Origin, Northrop Grumman. I think I put the article in the intro, so go reference it. And on Telegram, follow me on Telegram. But my point being is the Federation and these companies are building advanced technology, and this is the future, and we're building the future. So SpaceX is really responsible for building these commercial basically spaceships. and I'm gonna call a spade and call it a spaceship. And so yeah, so that's really Val Nek's opinion of what we're talking about here is we're going to be a multi-planetary society, and the large ships are much like airplanes where we'll get on and go to work or to travel to a different planet should we need to, if we have family there, if we work there, and but Earth being our base, and Earth is still our home, and we don't need to escape Earth. So that's my opinion on that. Thirdly is Val Nek's supervisor, and I think you guys would really like this guy. And he gets a bad rap in the comments, but this is someone who actually has my back and all of our backs, and is looking out for us and looking out for me too when we do these videos. And he is a member of the High Council of the Galactic Federation of Worlds. So he is kind of overseeing things and making sure that we don't know too much, so that it doesn't mess up the timeline or mess up or break any of the laws of the Federation or interfere with our consciousness too much. And he's really there to protect us and to oversee things in that way. So he is very fascinating to me. He resonates in the 9th density, and he drops down so that he can interact with 5th density beings in the Federation. And so he is able to see things in a very advanced way. And I can hear Val Nek chiming in. He says he is part of the group that is in charge of the timeline technology. He knows the future, and he's winking. So he is, and he's just showing me, okay, he's showing me a picture. He's showing me, Val Nek is showing me planet Earth, and I'm seeing different members of the Federation, and he's saying, don't forget, the Council of Five is there also. We have a plan. It's his job to make sure that we stick to it. And he's showing me all of them, like basically looking at planet Earth, and they have a desk too. They're sitting at desks, and it's holographic screens that pop up. And he's saying we can see the past, present, and future. And Val Nek is saying, I attend the meetings as well. Very important. Aliens only, and he's winking. So this is not the Alliance, or this is not the Navy with them. This is aboard one of the Federation ships. He's saying we do it at the station, we meet at the station. This is correct. And he's talking about his supervisor, and he's saying his name, which I will not say. Not yet, but he's saying he is always there. He is the leader of our meetings. He is very smart. I respect him a lot. I salute him. And it's kind of funny when Val Nek salutes, because they don't actually salute in the Federation. He's just trying to fit in. Okay, so our first question, and these questions are placed in the Patreon community page. So the first question is, Elon Musk and SpaceX had the Starship launch, which is advertised. It's supposed to take humans to the moon and to Mars. Val Nek, is this the real technology from the Federation? Is it the same ship, or is it different technology? He's laughing. He's saying, I can confirm our technology is much more advanced. What you see in the public is not what we do in private. We cannot disclose everything that we do. This technology, I have said several times, is being made on the moon. Some of the parts come from Mars. Some of the elements come from Venus. We gather the elements from around the galaxy. This is part of the Federation's duty in creating this technology, helping to create this technology. So there's stuff going on behind the scenes, or there's technology that's being built behind the scenes that we are not really seeing then. He's saying yes, that's correct. Okay, thought so. So when we go to get on these ships, Val Nek, our next question is, can you show me like the airports of the future, like where will we board the ships and how will we take off? What will it be like? He says it will be similar to an airport. I can show you. So what's strange is I kind of see, okay, I'll just try and say what I see. He's saying you are correct, it's in the future. He's kind of reading my mind because I'm trying to explain because we haven't really seen anything like this before. So the ship I've kind of described is long, like an airplane would be, 5th density technology, and the windows are not actually windows. It's like, it's different technology where it reverses the image on the inside. He's saying, yes, this is correct. There will be security when you board the ship. This will be done by Space Force. Space Force will have bases on planet Earth. The locations I cannot disclose. Okay. What's interesting is I see people going through security and they're being scanned on more advanced technology. This is not legal. This is not legal, but it's like you can see, instead of going to the airport where you do now and they scan your bag and you see it on the screen, it's like the person goes through the like this kind of x-ray stuff, kind of like at the airport, but then the person, like a Space Force employee, sees the person and it's like scanning their body, scanning their whole body. He's saying it's not as invasive as it sounds. It's for security measures. Some beings are shapeshifters. Many of your people know. We want to protect our people. I don't know if that's if there's really gonna be shapeshifters then, or if that's a joke. He's saying I like to make jokes. Okay, so Space Force, and you can't disclose the locations. He's saying you will board the ships much like a regular plane. That is what I have to say. My supervisor says no more. More to come in the future. Okay. All right. And so, yeah, so someone else asked a question like, does Val Nek listen to Terran music, or like what kind of music does he like? He's saying, I like many of your songs. Megan listens to some strange music. Very strange. Some of it I do not like. He's showing me rap music. I do not like it. It's very strange. What is your favorite music? Like, can you play a song? He's playing like 80s rock, and he likes Queen and stuff. He's saying this is correct. I like to listen sometimes, not all the time. Some of the tones, they are very strange. It is painful. I do not like to listen. I can kind of, sometimes he lets me read his mind, and the way that rap music sounds to him is extremely, like, really distorted. Ugh, and I don't like it. I don't like it anymore either. But it sounds extremely distorted. Or, like Mariah Carey, her voice sounds really, squeaky and off. He says, I am in a different density. Things sounds different. Things look different. Remember, we resonate at a higher frequency, a different frequency. And it kind of, he's kind of explaining this is how things change. That makes sense. I never thought of that before. Oh, this is a big question that's been going around recently. Okay, let me get a drink of water. So, Val Nek, there's a lot of people in the truther community that ask about John F. Kennedy Jr. being alive. What do you think about these rumors? Do you want to comment on any truth to them? He's saying I will be discreet. I don't want to upset your people. He's thinking, I'm discussing with my supervisor. They're talking. He says there are many things that are important to discuss. This is not one of them. There are many distractions to our information. There are many distractions to our success. This is what I have to say. Okay. Okay. I accept it. So next question. So Val Nek, in our book, Welcome to the Future, you talked about there being space stations being built with advanced technology from the Federation. And Blue Origin came out and they're calling their new space station, they're calling it Orbital Reef. Is this technology from the Federation? He's saying very smart. He's smiling. He's saying, I can confirm this is correct. We made agreements, the Jupiter agreements. This is a result of our agreements. It will be our greatest success. Many of your people will have a chance to visit these stations in the future. I am being interrupted by my supervisor. I cannot discuss any further. Okay. So can I ask a different question? But some of these stations are going to be like military stations, or like Space Force is going to be in charge. He's saying, yes, that's correct. We have many different operations, some public, some private. Some stations, of course, for security reasons, are for military personnel only. We have made agreements. Ooh, that was my dog. I lost my train of thought. He's saying we have made agreements. Many of your people, you will get a chance to travel. He's showing me a spaceship going. He's saying that's all I have to say. Okay. There was also an article saying recently, Val Nek, that I read online. And it said that Canadian satellites were picking up communications from extraterrestrials. What do you think of this? He says, I don't think it's true. We have been communicating for a very long time. I have said this many times. We are in communication with your military, specifically Space Force. They can contact the station at any time. They request assistance often. We are working together. Okay. And so, how does Space Force contact the station of the Federation? He's saying, I can explain. He's showing me a picture. He's showing on the moon. Space Force station on the moon. This is what he's showing me. And he's showing me like a computer-like structure. He's saying very advanced, you wouldn't recognize it. And he's showing me the words quantum code. He's saying he's highlighting extremely secure. He's saying, yes, this is correct. He's letting me read my mind, and it's almost like dialing a phone or calling a friend on the phone, but it's a like quantum encrypted code. He's saying only some personnel have it, not everyone. They must go up in rank to their commanding officer to contact us. Highest clearance, and he's underlying that. Only have access. It is very secure. Okay, that's interesting. So why, in your opinion, like, why would the news come out with why would the news come out with a story like this? Because it seems like lately they've been talking about UFOs or talking about extraterrestrials. Is this information coming from the Alliance or the White Hats, or is it coming from the Cabal or the Black Hats? He's saying, in my opinion, the Cabal. We have a plan. This is not part of it. He says, ignore it. Not from us. And he's winking. Okay. So next question. Somebody wants to know, Val Nek, are starseed envoys involved with missions while they sleep? Like when they go to sleep, does their soul leave the body, or does their spirit leave the body and go to do a mission? He's saying, I don't want to upset your people. This does not make sense. When you are sleeping, sometimes you travel, but not to 5D. It's not possible. He's asking me to explain in my words because sometimes it's easier for me to explain because I know the human perspective. So correct me if I'm wrong, Val Nek, but you guys are physical beings in a physical body, in a physical reality. And so in order to do a mission or in order to be productive in a physical reality, you have to have a physical body. He's laughing. He's saying, yes, this is correct. Very smart. And he's winking. So, Val Nek, when people have maybe feel like they're leaving their bodies and experiencing stuff that they would experience, maybe fighting in a mission, what could it be, or what could the perspective be in your opinion? He's saying in some cases, it's imagination. I don't want to offend. In other cases, a memory. And he's saying, I'm thinking. I don't want to upset your people. I recommend staying grounded. And he's showing feet on the earth. He's saying this will help. Many of your memories will return. Some may not. This is okay. Okay. And so, can you talk about the High Council, the Galactic Federation, the High Council's role in the Envoy Program? He's saying, my supervisor is excited. I will translate his speech. He also wants to remind me that, or wants to correct me if I'm wrong, because now I'm kind of interrupting you, so I'm getting my words jumbled. But your supervisor doesn't always use words, or he just uses basically telepathy. He's saying, yes, that's correct. Okay. I will show you a picture. Please tell them. He's showing me a picture. He's showing me basically representatives, and these are men and women, and he's saying High Council of the Federation, underlying. He's saying these are people you have chosen to lead you before you were born, before your mission on planet Terra started. You have chosen a selected overseer. He's trying to think of the word. Not the word supervisor. He's saying, yes, this is correct. Somewhat like a supervisor. Not in charge, but a guide. And he's just showing me different extraterrestrials and different envoys behind them. Part of their watch. Responsible for the envoys. This is correct. So each representative is responsible for a certain amount of envoys. They resonate at a very high density, higher than 5D, 7D, and above. This is required. This is required. He doesn't know what word to use because it's not quite a spirit guide as we would think of. He's saying, yes, this is correct. I'm trying to explain. But it's more of like someone who is responsible for your safety and not communicating directly with you, but subconsciously communicating with your spirit. He's saying, in a way, sometimes imagination, sometimes communication. It is their job to discern. Very important. Okay, that's interesting. So, okay, so next question. He says we like to answer questions. They are laughing. I don't know if you'll be able to answer this, Val Nek, but are there, because it's about religion, so the Federation, the Galactic Federation, can't get involved with religion, and our perspective of religion, it's against their laws. They consider it to be interfering with a developing society. So religion and why we have religion and what religion is for the humans to decide, transcend, and to spiritually evolve. So they don't get involved with religion. So I don't know if you'll be able to answer this, Val Nek, but I think maybe you will, so I'm going to ask you. Are most of the worldwide apparitions of Mary and Jesus from extraterrestrial sources? I can feel him cringing at the question. I'm discussing with my supervisor. I won't answer directly. I can give an idea. I won't speak of religious idols. I won't speak of these people. In some cases, the cabal, I will show you. He's basically saying that some of these, sometimes there's apparitions that we see that are from technology, and he's showing me it being, there's some sort of, he's showing me a drone. They've had them for many years, many years. Most of your people do not know. After World War II, this is when they developed the technology from the cabal. So he's showing me drones and drones projecting an image into the sky. He's saying, yes, this Correct. He's saying, next question. He and his supervisor don't want to upset us, and he's just saying, don't shoot the messenger. So they don't want me to take the bullet for answering that question either. So, so is the timeline technology responsible for what some experience as the Mandella Effect, or could this also be responsible for Deja Vu? So I'm just going to explain to them what the Mandela Effect is. So some people remember like symbols being different or the names of movies being different, and it's like two different perspectives. Some people will remember it this way, some people remember it that way. And then deja vu is like a feeling that you've experienced this before, or you've been in that same situation before, or you recognize the energy. He's saying, yes, this is correct. Over many years, we have perfected the timeline. Some scenarios rearranged. This is what happens. Do not fear. Okay. Simple enough. I mean, it makes sense to me. He's saying time is a perception of your reality. It does not exist. It's just a machine. That is all. Okay. Okay, is there anything else that you or your supervisor would like to say to us? Or he's saying, I have a message. The games of division do not serve your people. Continue to look past your differences and unite together. This is important. this is victory. He's saying, I salute them. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, lots of love to you guys. We'll be back.